Eamon Khan here for Seconds Out with esteemed trainer Don Charles. Don, I see you're in the full Daniel Dubois regalia. Let's have a look at it.
Yeah, we're here in Poland to represent, to challenge for the unified belts that Mr. Oleksandr Usyk currently holds. So, yeah.
Yeah, indeed, and it's an interesting prospect at hand. First of all, I don't want to cover the old ground that my colleague Daniel Flexen spoke to you about in the initial lead up to you and Daniel linking up. However, there is a thought of whether Daniel holds an injury or not heading into this fight. Can you clear up any talk of whether there is an injury for Daniel headed into the fight with Usyk?
If there's an injury, no, we will not be training to fight for the unified belt. It'd be crazy. Obviously, it's well documented that he did have an operation from injuries sustained from his last fight, which is healed nicely. There's been absolutely no problem in preparation. We've put him through every test, vigorous tests, whilst training to make sure that he's able to go into the ring to fully fit to give himself every possible opportunity to win those belts. So you can't go in there carrying injuries. So no, he's injury free.
I mean this in the most praiseful and respectful sense. You're very much old school, and you said that yourself. Is Daniel Dubois the old school heavyweight maybe you're looking for too?
Old school in the sense that this kid is I'm very, very surprised of how knowledgeable he is with the sport. A historian for his age, he knows a lot, and he surprises me with that, his knowledge of the sport.
I spoke to Derek Chisora a few weeks back, someone, of course, that you know very well, and he said, look, Don and Daniel's a great link-up, and he's been looking great in the gym, but Daniel always does look great. Part of the task to build Daniel back up is to win against Usyk on August 26th, is to get inside his psyche and really make him believe that he can beat Oleksandr Usyk. Is it that? Is it part of the task here to kind of get Daniel to believe he can win as well, as much as it is to shine the skills that he does have?
Oh, most definitely. Trust me, this young kid behind the scenes, he totally believes. And he's got a team around him who also believes to aid him, encourage him, and prep him to be able to pull off this historic victory.
It would be a historic victory indeed. Can you tell me, look, in terms of Oleksandr Usyk as a fighter, look, we, the boxing public, very much build him up to be someone who's, one of the greats, and he has earned those accolades to be one of those greats, one of the pound-for-pound best at the moment. Do you see any holes in his game that you feel that yourself and Daniel can expose on fight night?
Everybody, every human being, whether you're a boxer or everybody has a weakness, and it's our duty to notice them and exploit them. Yes, everybody has a weakness, and we know what those weaknesses are. The same way he's going to be looking at what he believes is our weaknesses, we're also looking at his, and we will exploit them. That's what we're preparing to do.
Focusing back on Daniel for a second, as someone who's had their eye on him in the training camp, is the amount of time that you've had with Daniel enough for you to put your blueprint on him heading into the first fight, and not only it being the first fight, but the first fight against Oleksandr Usyk?
Yeah, it's already written, The reason this happened in terms of the time frame, yeah, ideally one would like longer, but no complaints. We've had enough. Let's not forget, Daniel is currently the WBA regular champion, okay, which earned him this opportunity. Okay, he's not a novice. I'm an experienced coach, and collectively we're going to join our efforts to aid Daniel to be able to pull off this, like I said, a historic victory, which it will be.
Is there more to Daniel's game than just being a destructive puncher? We know him as Dynamite Dubois, but you're, again, like I've mentioned, you're someone who's seen him on a daily basis. Is he more than just being a big puncher?
Yes, he's definitely more than that, and people will see on the 26th.
And when it comes to Oleksandr Usyk, if you steer the course for Daniel to get the victory over Oleksandr Usyk, something that swerved you sometimes in your career is the credit being received and being talked about, I guess, in the boxing sphere. Do you feel you'll finally get that credit that sometimes missed you so far in your career?
Well, most definitely. Like I said, faith brought us together. And when we go and pull this victory off, then that should cement myself as a coach, the recognition that I totally deserve. But you don't just get given that, you have to earn it. And by Daniel winning this fight, then yes, nobody could ever question me again.
Do you feel that, look, the boxing fraternity in the UK, they're somewhat writing off Daniel's chances, maybe not backing him as maybe they would do other fighters, considering maybe Daniel's past in the ring and the fight against Lorena as well as Joe Joyce? Is it a shame that maybe the boxing public aren't, giving him the full support in this fight?
Well, that's a general consensus, yes. But we are here to change that narrative. So, yes, I believe that provided and when we do finally get this victory, then he will get all. You know how fickle the public can be. I totally understand the reason why they'll be taking the stance they've taken, based on if you're judging the Daniel Dubois that fought Joe Joyce and the Daniel Dubois in his last fight, although he got off the floor, which is remarkable. This is a guy who's supposed to be a quitter. He got off the canvas. Credit to the coach also. The coach stayed calm. Shane McGregor didn't panic, and he stayed his fighter. And if you know to the extent of that injury, then you got to build massive respect for this kid. He got off and annihilated his opponent to win the fight in spectacular fashion.
I won't ever point the finger and call a fighter a quitter. It's not for me to do that, but others in the boxing fraternity will do that, most notably the fighters. How fair or unfair was that tag for Daniel to have that? And do you think he's washed that off now?
Well, most definitely. I mean, there's still people who are stupid enough to... The kid took a knee. That's a very sensible thing to do during the JoJo's fight. Okay, he took a knee because his eye had gone. So, I think it's a really smart thing to have done, because had you trying to be too brave and potentially get knocked out, then you could be looking at something totally different. So I think it was a very clever thing for him to have done.
A few final things for me, Don. I'll let you go. I know you're a busy man. First of all, look, there's been a trend with fighters that have left Shane McGregor in that they don't often perform to the level that they did with him. How do you stem that trend to say that won't happen here? And is it something that you've noticed as well in the boxing sphere?
The type of coach I am, I bring a lot. I bring just more than coaching. I bring father. I'm a natural father. Yeah, I bring fathering, mentoring, you name it. I bring the whole shebang and the experience. So no, that will not happen to Daniel Dubois.
Is fathering something Daniel needs, do you feel?
Well, in some cases, yes.
A couple of final things in the heavyweight division. Just want to pick your brain very quickly. The thoughts of Fury versus Francis Ngannou, Don?
Each their own. Right now, my concentration is on this. So whatever is going on with everyone else, quite frankly, my dear, I don't give a damn.
Well, fair enough. I suppose that takes away my final question. Look, all the best for you in this fight. Thanks for speaking to Seconds Out, sir. Speak very soon. Appreciate it.